Florida condo owners are saying that they can't sell, and the real estate industry and the real estate market is really rough right now. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. I'm going to read the super chats in a minute, y'all.
All right, a big shift coming right in the heart of the spring housing market, something we haven't seen in quite a while. Diana Olick joins us right now with more. And what's the shift that we're seeing?
I keep talking to all of these guys in Atlanta that just got out of jail. Talking about he my best friend and we play in each other's clothes. It ain't going the way you think it's going to go.
Right now, Diana?
Well, Becky, it's prices. They are still gaining slightly, but they are slowing down quickly. And in several major markets, they are now lower compared with a year ago. Take a look at these numbers from Parcel Labs, which runs real-time price data. Miami, Atlanta, Tampa, San Francisco, Nashville, and Minneapolis are now negative year over year in prices. And Austin, a major pandemic migration market, is tanking.
I will tell you that a lot of people in Texas are moving. There are a lot, and when I say a lot of people in Texas are moving. A ton of people in Texas are moving. Why? People from California, it was a lot of people that moved from California over to Texas. They moved there because they tried to capitalize off of selling their home at the height of the pandemic, and they got record prices for their homes. And then also, they tried to move to a place where they felt like, yeah, I could deal with it being more conservative. However, I also prefer the idea that the price of living, the cost of living is lower than where I came from. And they didn't have to pay any taxes, any state income taxes. So a whole lot of people moved over to Texas. And one of the hotbeds for it was Austin. People moved from Texas over to Austin. That's why you hear the year over year changing, because everybody is trying to put their house on the market. And guess what? As crazy as it sounds, there is a lot of people that are moving back to California. You would not believe the amount of people that said, man, I tried it. I did it. I stayed here for 4, 5, 6 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. I tried my hardest, but I just can't get used to it. People from California, 99% of the time, they would rather be poor in California than do well in Texas. That's just the truth. That's the reality of it. People from California would rather live in California. Once they move out, they be like, man, I'm trying to get out of here. They would rather live in a shack on the beach and enjoy the weather and no bugs. They ain't got to deal with roaches. They might have to deal with a little doo-doo on the street, but they ain't got to deal with roaches. They ain't got to deal with more conservative policies. See, in Texas is different. Everything is spread out. Even when you go to Texas's biggest city, what is it, Houston? Man, Houston is so spread out. It take you an hour plus, depending on the traffic, to get from one side of the city to the other. The downtown ain't even popping in Houston. People don't go to downtown Houston. They go to the Galleria. It's so weird. Everything is weird. Everything is bigger. You got more bugs. The humidity is higher. Texas is different. Everybody not built for Texas. Everybody is not built for Texas. If you go down to Dallas, right, people in Texas, Dallas and Houston, they two different types of people. They both liberal, but then you're going to see a lot more sassiness down in Dallas. Dallas, they like sassiness. And then Dallas also is connected to Fort Worth. Fort Worth is right up the street from Dallas. And then you can't even go to they ain't even got no NFL team that's actually in Dallas. It's in wherever it is. I forgot what the name of the city is. Texas is different. All of Texas is different. I can't wait to go and visit San Antonio. I think I'm going to try to visit San Antonio maybe in May. I try to hit San Antonio in May. But a lot of people in California, they move back. Even if they move to Vegas, even if they move to Texas, a lot of times they try to move to Florida. They wind up going back to California. They can't take it. It's not the same. They don't feel like they at home. They're broken as a result of it.
Other large markets like Phoenix and Denver, they're right on the verge of being in the red. Now, another report from Redfin showed home sellers gave concessions to buyers in 44% of sales transactions in Q1 of this year. That's up from 39% a year earlier and just shy of the 45% record high at the start of 2023. Those include money toward repairs, closing costs, and or mortgage rate buydowns, but not price cuts. Now, something else in the March numbers. The median price of a newly built home was slightly lower than that of an existing home, and there is usually a price premium for new construction, so that's not normal. Part of this is builders lowering prices and offering more low-priced homes, and still a relatively tight and overpriced existing home market. Now remember, home prices are up over 50% in just the last 5 years, which again is something else not exactly normal. So
I ain't say I don't know nothing about San Antonio. I just want to go and visit there. I want to see what it's like.
Even with builders cutting prices and more supply coming on the existing home markets, buyers have hit the pause button right at the height of the all-important spring market. Becky?
Why do you think buyers are pausing? Does it have anything to do with mortgage rates, or is it more related to uncertainty and concern about what might be happening with their jobs?
It's all of the above. In fact, we were at an open house in Dallas yesterday, and I spoke with several buyers who said, you know, they like the house. There's plenty out there. They have the money to do it, but they're just hitting the pause button because they're nervous. They're nervous about what kind of other of their costs are going to go up due to inflation. They're worried about their jobs. They're worried about the broader economy. And they're saying, you know, we're out shopping. We're looking. We love it. Just can't pull the trigger.
I guess.
So, you know, a lot of condo owners also are saying that they can't sell their homes down in Florida.
And spring kicks off the home buying season, but the market is soft this year. Home resales were down nearly 6% last month, the slowest March since 2009. Skylar Henry reports one of the hardest hit markets is Florida.
Myra Villalona is sitting on what she thought was real estate gold.
This is the master bedroom. And we redid the floors, the walls.
She bought this 2-bed, 2-bath condo near Fort Lauderdale in 2021 for $145,000, hoping to pounce on pandemic-era real estate prices.
This is really a great community to live in. It's just not an investment right now. No, it's not a good one, at least.
Villalona's condo has been on the market since last November. Despite spending $20,000 upgrading the kitchen and the bathrooms, she's seen virtually no potential buyers.
We lowered the prices twice.
Why is that?
Because it wasn't moving.
You might as well Airbnb it, baby girl, because I can just tell you right now, the worst thing that you can possibly do. Let me just tell y'all, and I've been saying this for years. Everybody that's been here for a while, you already know that I've been telling you this. The worst thing that you can do, is to go and buy a condo in Florida. Condos are a dime a dozen in Florida, number one. Number two, everybody trying to get rid of them. Number three, people hate homeowners associations. And number four, especially if it's in an older development, then you're going to have some costs associated with trying to bring it up to code, and they're going to spread that amongst all of the owners of the place. You should never, personally, I'm telling you, never, ever, ever, ever in your life. You can go rent, you can go vacation, you can go visit, you can do everything you want to do. Do not go and buy a condo in Florida. It's going to sound good. It's going to seem nice. You're going to seem like, oh, man, you need to do what you want to do. I'm telling you, I warned y'all before the market started collapsing. Everybody trying to move, everybody trying to do the same thing. And now you got to drop the price and you get no traffic because your place look just like his place. And don't nobody want to pay them stupid association fees. It's stupid. It's so dumb. Do not buy a condo in Florida. I don't know how to tell y'all. You hear one out of my mouth? Do not buy a condo in Florida.
Lots of owners cannot sell because some buyers have been scared off from a surge in special assessment fees that are used to make safety upgrades to older condominiums. After a new state law passed following the partial building collapse of the Champlain Towers in Surfside in 2021, Older buildings like Villalona's that are 3 stories or higher are now required to increase inspections and build up a reserve to fund restoration projects. The fees are paid by the homeowners, which can range in the tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
It happened to me 3 times already. They changed the assessments.
When we're talking about dollars, what's changed?
Well, it used to be 20, and then they went to 35, and now I owe over 50.
That's $50,000 she now owes. Villalona says,
imagine you bought a condo and you're paying your association fees, and then the special assessment that they put on you in order to make sure that they bring the building up to code so that it's proof and it's older or it's hurricane proof and all of these other things in order to meet the expectation is $50,000 per special assessment per person. Why do you think they all trying to sell at the same time and ain't nobody coming over there to look at those places?
50.
that's $50,000 she now owes. Villalona says she isn't giving up on finding a buyer, but for now she's hoping to rent it.
Looking back on the decision that you made in 2021, do you think you would have still done it?
Probably not this one.
Brandon Burke says, AD, if I Airbnb it, is it still a bad investment? Yes. Yes. Listen, the one thing that you will never have a shortage of is places that is going to go on Airbnb in Florida. All right. You're going to have a ton of hotels, a ton of Airbnbs, and it's always going to be Airbnbs that's cheaper than yours, that look better than yours, in better locations. Don't do it, bro. Listen, don't do it. If you are going to Florida, all right, this is just a word of advice. This is my personal opinion. Take it for what you will, but I've been trying to tell people for a long time. I study the real estate markets everywhere. If you are going to Florida, all right, you are going to Florida, go have a good time, vacation. You can even do a 6-month lease or whatever you want to do across the winter. Do whatever you want to do. Have a good time. It is a great place to visit. Do not, and I'm just saying this to my bag chasers, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon tomorrow. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Do not buy anything in Florida. Do not buy. I'm going to talk like Gertrude right now. No teeth. Do not buy anything in Florida. Okay? Don't buy condos in Florida. Not at the Airbnb. Not as a place that you want to go and visit. You think you're going to retire to. Don't do it. You are going to lose a ton of money on your investment. I am telling you. Okay? I don't care where you want to go. Jacksonville, Orlando, Miami, all of these places. Don't do it. Okay? I can't be any more clear than that. Maybe you'll listen to Gertrude. Trying to tell y'all the truth so that y'all can be successful.